Hello everyone, it will be my first video in English. Stay tuned, will be more, should be more, I hope will be more. Let's see. I thought really long time, what should I do in this video? Wanted to do some quality stuff, but always procrastinate on it, so decided to do something. And yeah, I will tell a little bit about this project, how it came to life, how it starts and how it goes. Yeah, all starts that I wanted to record video tutorial, the full and really deep dive in this Alias modeling skills. But then I think I decided to do it in the way that I can't handle it, couldn't handle it. So I tried to model. So my plan was model it once, understand how it works, and then record the video tutorial without any, let's say, without any mistake, because I know how to solve all the areas on this car. And I started modeling it without recording, and then I understood that I'm burning out with this, and I had to record something, at least something to show. Anyway, it was a mess in these approaches. So then I decided to model it, to finish it, to make a good renders, and then just explain how step by step I did it. So this is what I'm doing now. I wanted to explain. I hope you will ask questions, because to speak just by myself without any response, it's too hard to make something useful, you know. So this video will be short, just to encourage you to ask questions. I'll try to record answers on your questions from comments in next videos. So let's go quickly from file to file and see what will happen next. So all started, as you can see, from the finding right proportions. So you download the sketch, you put circles in the circles on it, calculate. So the measure is the wheel. So what you can measure in wheels: height of the car, length of the car, width, but not in this case. So width you should do it by eye. So like you feel it should be. Next, you try to build basic volumes, really basic. Try to find logic right away, how it should be done. With this sketch, Alan did pretty good job with highlights to guide you on how surfaces should work, how volumes should work. So when you try to build these basic volumes, you already can understand where theoretical intersection should be. So right away I tried to build it. So as you can see, the volume here is pretty big and pretty simple. What I did is create an intersection and try to achieve nice line here by manipulating the series, of course. Then you continue with primitives, spoiler, the shoulder line, etc., the greenhouse. What's next? Yeah, of course you should put shaders right away and work in the shader mode. It's much more efficient than work in this skylight mode, because having modeling in shader mode, you always can group your file and surfaces not only by layers but by shader also. So in any time you can go to shader, go in this picked shader, then you select the shader and click pick objects and select everything that this shader was assigned to. So it's much more easier than work in this sky shaded mode. And in shaded mode you always, so for example, if you trim or divide surface in this mode, every time one piece will be transparent, will be just empty. And sometimes it's really annoying because the cutted piece can be big and you can be really zoomed in and you can not notice it and select something wrong, etc. In shaded mode it's never happened. So if you split something, it's always shaded. So this is really convenient way to work. Okay, let's go next. What's here? Ooh, something is wrong here. It's too complete car right away. Okay, so this is input from Alan. I asked him kindly to review my model and he did it. So you can see he moved the wheelbase, he make it longer, he worked on these lines, on these lines. It's not all, I think I have more. Yeah, we have front input also. Here also you see he asked me to push up this grill edges, work a little bit more on the headlights, on these lines, and I tried to implement everything. So what's the, okay, this is complete model almost, so I can quickly maybe just show you what was the hard area, what was the easy area. The hard was of course the rear, because I had no any design on the rear. On the sketch you can see only the front, and this was it. I had to figure it out by myself. I asked Alan, of course, if he can make a design on the rear, but Alan was busy at the time, and then I decided to do it by myself. So this was most difficult thing to resolve for me, but you can see, I can show you this is my test renders. From some point I'm starting to put model in keyshot just to see what's going on and how highlights works and etc. Try to solve some areas, try to put real gaps and fillets on the parts just to see how it works. So here, as you can see, I already solved the rear design. Not everything, but the basic stuff. And then I put some wheels here, really basic. I didn't want to dive into the wheel disc design. It's really annoying, to be honest. It's super simple and somehow nobody cares about wheels. So this is how it works. Okay, let's go back to the model. One of the big decisions here was how should I treat the rear wheel arch. Here on the front one was all clear. It's simple volume without any actual wheel arch. It's just a volume under the wheel that goes all the way to the front and cuts with the shoulder here. We have no any volume on the side here, but here we have full wheel arch that we need to define in some way, or it should be just a volume like here, or it could be the hard intersection with small fillet here, or for example like this file, it's already the biggest I can get from this space that I have here, the biggest volume, and I try to keep the sections nice and clean, and all lines always trying to simplify. So for example this one, not this one, this one, no, not this one, this one. You see it breaks here, so you have one movement, another one, then break again, then goes around the tail light and goes here. And this one I simplified it in only one movement here, like this, and it works really good. And it's always like this cutout on the tail lights also. So I like this circular tail lights. I like it, but the really fast and first thought on it was just cut it from the body with this bridge. But then it's obviously too dirty and could be simplified. So at the end, as you can see, it's not the end actually. It's also not the end, but here you can see this is how it was, and at the very end it became like this. A very simple solution. I don't know if it's better or worse. I tried different design on the tail light. I don't want to invest in my time on it more. To be honest, I really you see it was like this. I used to invest a lot of time on the lights, on the front light, on tail lights, try super many variants and solutions, but it's not worth it from my perspective. I don't know. So I stopped to it. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, simplifying this was hard because of a lot of things going on here. It should be nice wheel arch. It should nicely go to the rear bumper. This whole intersection should work. These highlights should be simple. All the surfaces should be simple. So to define this line was really hard thing to do, and put these fillets here. As you can see, basically this fillet that goes between the wheel arch and the rear bumper, it goes on the spoiler also. So this was hard to implement. It was super small piece, and to define it was really hard. What else? This area is tricky. This twisted highlight, as you can see. I still don't know if it's good or not, but it's only way it could work. It could be so. But somehow I like it. I don't know. The roof and greenhouse was done with one surface. Then I did tricks with trim convert, and here you can see how it was. See, it was one surface, but as closer I was to the finished model, I saw this intersection here. So I think here you can see this line, this belt line, is not really nice. And in some perspectives, when I put fillets here on the glass, it was really dirty, and I thought, what I can do with it? So it was it needed to be resolved properly. So what I did is I cut from the surface. I cut from this window. So to approach this kind of lines or intersections, sometimes it's good to split the whole car on the parts it should be. Like cut the doors, cut the windshield, cut the fenders, everything. Then you can see that to fix this line, you don't need to work on the whole greenhouse. You can work only on this intersection, and it actually can be done. Let me open the latest file. One second. So you can cut from the glass. Just the piece that you need to correct. Then you can find the nice intersection here. As you can see, here the belt line is basically it's planar projected, and you modify only this. It has no continuity in this perfect world like G2 with the A-pillar, but it works on the 100%. As you can see, the final version, this line looks super cool, and I like that modifying only this piece solves everything. Then I went to modify this line. As you can see, in the previous stages, this is really wobbly line, and when I cut it on the pieces, the door and the fender, it started to wobble even more. So at the final version, I built this line by hand, and then try to push these surfaces, these volumes to this line to keep it clean. And I'm happy with the result now. It's much more cleaner. What's next? This guy was really painful, but I decided to keep it like this. This intakes and this all these solutions here. I tried to think how it should look like in the real world, so I tried to keep as real as possible from my perspective. So in my mind, this part should open something like this. Like this. The whole rear should open to reach the engine here. So this is why split line is here, here, and here. Door in this model opens as a butterfly doors. So door can open like this. I don't know, you can see my mouse or not. So, and this intake should work also. But how can we split the rocker then? Rocker panel. I put split line here and here. And as you can see, I put thickness on this part and some shut line there. So when this one is open, you can see this line is these surfaces are staying on the place and keep everything as it should be. So it was not big of a deal, but to keep everything closer to reality helps to render it properly later and to understand what's going on there. Also, here was super difficult at the end when you build this kind of thicknesses and you're planning to put fillets at the end. I always try to go with this small flanges, but then, for example, if you want to put radius on this edge, so the black plastic part was with the fillet and the yellow part was with the fillet, it will not work in this angle. So you actually have to add thickness for the black plastic here. So, but yeah, I decided to not do it. And it's ruined all the thicknesses here. So it's not equal anymore. If I will cut thickness for the plastic from this side, it will be too thin here and too thick here. Anyway. But this kind of thing you should thought through properly. What else? These guys, from my perspective, they was too thin to just flying around here. So I added this two pieces that holds it on the body, just visually, and the same things here. You can't see these two on the renders, but they are there. I don't know. Let's try to catch them. Yeah, they are. By the way, if you're rendering in Keyshot, try to go to edit mode of the HDRI and create really small really small light in the HDRI. put the radius 1, but the intensity few thousand, like 3000, and it creates this super nice highlights and really rich, juicy highlights on the simple wheels of the car paint. Look how many small dots here. You can see how this shiny wheels look like now. I really like it. Okay, let's go. Let's go to the next points. Let's go a little bit back and see what's going on there. Yeah, the spoiler was also modified from just straight lines, like squarish section, to some aerodynamic theme, so it more look like a wing. Let's, yeah, more like this. Just the pipes, the grills, everything was done, and I always try to put fillets on each part. Sometimes it doesn't work properly, like this. If angle's too sharp, you need to figure it out somehow to solve it. But in this case, I was in a rush. I was afraid that my power is not infinite and I will stop modeling soon. So I didn't work properly on some areas. Not ideal. This model is not ideal, but you get what you get. What else? What else? What else I can give? I can tell about this. I stopped doing the A-class. This is waste of a time. Look, what I care about when I model for myself now is only highlights. If the highlights and zebra looks good, it's okay for me, and it looks good. If it's not, like here, it was dirty, of course I go clean. I worked with individual CVs. I tried to clean the area without any bullshit highlights. But if it works like this with spans, I keep it. I don't care now. I know I can do it in A-class, and I can spend like a lot of time on doing it on the whole car. But the reason is, why should I do this just for the render? So you always should know the purposes of the model. If the purpose only render, you can cheat as hell. You can do whatever you want. Even sometimes tangent is okay. You shouldn't do curvature, G2 or anything. If it goes a little bit further, like, I don't know, maybe 1-to-1 scale model, then you should be more careful, because it goes to milling machine, and milling machine really sensitive to some bullshit surfaces when CVs are twisting and you have crazy sections there. But again, it's easy to fix, and it's not needed to be spanless. Like, you can keep spans as it's not a problem. If you go further for production, only then maybe you can go A-class. Otherwise, no one needed actually. Okay, so I don't know. Let me know if you have questions. Please ask it in comments. I'll try to record another video with answers and more deep dive in it. So thank you for your attention. Oh, it's half an hour. Really good. Thank you. Bye bye.